Welcome again, YouTubers, to my channel. This is Sheldoc's channel. Now, some time ago I did a video on tires, and for some reason I forget to mention about the spare tire in the vehicle. This spare tire did not come with the vehicle. I actually bought a second-hand rim, and what I did was to change the tire that came with the vehicle. So this is the original tire that came with the vehicle, made in China here. Sorry, made in Japan here. So this is the second-hand rim with the tire that came with the vehicle. Sometimes we forget about these tires because they are inside the trunk under all of this that is up here. I just put it here, so we tend to forget about them, and from time to time we need to check the tire to ensure that it has the proper inflation. This tire, it's not a new tire. Well, it is actually worn, because if you notice the edge right here, the tire was running on this side and it took off the grit from the tire on this side, and I actually had to change it because of this, because it was eating off the side of the tire. And again, the other video I mentioned, if you don't inflate the tire properly, this is what is going to happen. So I took it off, use it as my spare, and for about 5 years now I've been using this tire as my spare. I didn't have to use it much, only one time when I had a blowout, so I use this spare tire as my tire to use whenever I have a problem. So from time to time you check the inflation on the tire, the PSI, because the other day when I was doing the video I put some air in it because it was quite soft. Nothing was wrong with the tire itself, but from time to time, if you don't put air inside the tire, it is going to go down. Some of it is going to leak, and it's going to go down couple months, a year, 2 years. It is going to go flat if you don't pump it up. When I say flat, you can't use it on the vehicle because there's not enough air inside of it. It's not going to go exactly flat. All right, so from time to time check on your spare, because you don't know when you need a spare. The most odd times, whenever things go wrong and you remember that you have a spare, you go inside the trunk for your spare. What happens is that the spare is also flat and you can't use it, so it is of no use at that time. So ensure that you check on the spare to ensure that it has the proper PSI rate, air inside of it, and ensure that it is usable, because it don't make sense you have a spare tire and it is not usable. All right, so kind of going off a little here, we have the pump that I got with the vehicle. Let me try to get it into better light. Okay, so here is the pump, and this pump is the original one that came with the vehicle. It's a Japanese pump, and I got this little tank thing that comes with the pump, and when you flip this up, you have all the cords that you need to install this pump so that you can get it up and running. The thing is that this little tank comes with some liquid inside of it, so that when you plug this into the area where you're going to pump the vehicle into the plunger, the liquid that is inside of this, in case you have a leak on the tire because of something stick the tire, a nail or some fine device, a pin, or something on the road, wire stick the tire, the fluid that is inside of this, when you hook it up to your pump, hook this up. Should have pulled this off before. So when you hook it up, so this section here is where this part goes into, and it's like a keyhole, so you can't really put it any and any way into it. So here we have a little protruding area like a keyway to ensure that it fits into this here right here, so you can't really miss it. If you try to fit it any other way, it won't work. So it goes in this way, and you push and press until you cannot go down any further. So you can use your body weight on this to push down, force down, and you know, whenever it can't go any further, it is sealed. And this is where you would plug into your cigarette lighter. Now it comes with this little screw-on thing here, and this is to protect the plunger section that you screw onto the tire here. So when you screw it on, you can put this back, and when you put it back, you know, you don't have to worry that anything is going to mess up the screwing section that is right here. So you screw it up so that the threads inside here are free from the liquid that comes out of this, because this liquid, when it goes into the tire, it is going to dry, and when it dry, it is going to be difficult for you to screw back this thing, this black piece, onto the plunger here. So this little piece, always screw it in back when you're finished, so that it keeps the thread inside it here free from the glue that is going to be pumped out from this little tank here, and it comes up into the hose and goes into your tire to seal it off and to keep the little hole that whatever punctured the tire from leaking, and can carry you as far as to a gas station or a service station where you can get your tire repair. So this is the little pump, and with this little pump here, we just give you a little demonstration. So here in the vehicle, you would plug the pump into your cigarette lighter area. I have this little thing here that I use on my radio, connects my phone to the radio. So you plug it in here, and the cord is good enough to stretch. Okay, open up the cord, and it's good enough. Let's see if I can get this free. Yes, it's good enough to the back wheel here. You can pump your back wheel there. The thing is that you cannot bring it on the other side of the vehicle for the other back wheel or other front wheel, so it's good enough. You can bring it here. You know, you can pump the wheel for the front wheel here, but in order to get to the back wheel on the other side, you have to push it back through the vehicle. Let me free up this cord a little better. It seems as if it is tied up here. Okay, so I'm going to go around the other side of the vehicle here and pull it through the vehicle again, and you can use it on your front wheel here and carry it to the back wheel here. So you cannot you know, bring it around the vehicle to the other side because the cord is not long enough. It's actually this length from the vehicle here, so it's not long enough. So to the full length, it's not long enough to carry around the vehicle from one side to the next. You have to put it through the vehicle to carry to the other side. But it's a nifty little tool. Let me switch on the vehicle, turn it on, and use it, not necessarily to pump the tire, but you know, to give you a demonstration of using this pump here. As I said, it came with the vehicle. Alright, so usually you turn the key. You can get it working from here. See? You can get it working from there. But I wouldn't recommend you switching it to this. You know, not turning on the engine, but you switch on the vehicle and use it. I wouldn't recommend that, because since it is using the electrical energy, it is using it from the battery, and you don't want to be using your battery like that, because you know, if you turn it on and the battery run down, you're gonna have problems starting your vehicle. So first thing, when using it, turn on the vehicle, bring it to the tire that you want to inflate. Let me just use this spear, run the demo on this spear. As I said, the spear doesn't need any air inside of it, but I'm going to just run the demo on the spear. So first you remove this, screw it out, just screw it out, and remove your dust cap. The thing is that though, you know, what I don't like, this is screwed on, so you have to screw it on to the plunger in order to get it to work. And while screwing it on, you're going to lose some air from the tire, so you screw it on. You know, when you're doing it this on the tire on the wheel here, it is a bit more difficult than when you're doing it on the spear, because you have the space, especially if you have the hubcap like this, and you have to unscrew this the plunger cover from the little space you have here, and then when you have to screw it on, it becomes a little bit difficult. But with the spear, it's not that difficult, because it's basically free, doesn't have any hubcap, anything on it. So you screw on the hose to your plunger, and you draw this thing up a little closer. Can't go any further. Alright, so you just switch on the little button here, and you're good to go. It gives you the PSI here. The PSI reading, and it presents it at 1.5 pounds per square inch. At the present, the red marking, so you can get a better view of it, and a better view. The spear seems to be down a bit, even though I had pumped it. It's supposed to be at 30 psi. So it's going up to 30 psi whenever it reaches 2. Difficult to see. That is 3. Where it is now is 2 at 30 psi. So I'm going to switch it off, and then I'm going to unscrew this, which, you know, you're going to lose some amount of air while you're unscrewing. And you see it's kind of difficult, because the tube here is wrapping up, giving some trouble while I am trying to unscrew. Alright, so I have to be using one hand trying to hold this thing. Still not screwing off properly. It's difficult, as I said, with one hand to do this. So get it off, and I'm just going to replace my dust cap. I'm replacing the dust cap. Alright, so here, let me see if I can give you a better view of the meter section on this. No good view. Not getting a good view of it. But here, those little black markings, we start where the needle is, and we have 1, and the next one to it is 2, 3, 4, 5. Where you have number 2 is where you have 30 psi on the red mark. As I said, it's a bit difficult to see using this, but that's where the 30 psi is. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and have yourself a nice time.